Hello and welcome back to Foodinati UK here on Devlog magazine, so that's F.O.D, Foodinati On Devlog. And I'm here with Maybeshewill. How are you doing?
Yeah, good.
Yeah. So you're a few dates into the tour now. How's it all going?
It's been good, hasn't it?
Yeah. It's lovely to do some shows with Bossk.
Yes.
Both our bands have been around for getting on for 20 years, and I remember us listening to them in the earliest days of Maybeshewill.
Yeah.
So it's quite unusual that we haven't done as much with them as we might have done in the past. But,
Sure.
Finally doing some co-headline shows with them has been really great.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a big fan of Bossk. I have been for quite a while. They've just recently put out their '4 release, and you've just done a remix of your Fair Youth album. Is that just recently?
Yeah, it came out, was it the start of this month?
Yeah.
Early this month?
Yeah.
So basically Jamie, our bass player who also records the band, he sort of remixed all the tracks from the original sessions, because like his ability from 10 years ago, he's obviously come along quite a long way since then. So for him it was quite a sort of a nice thing for him to do, to go back and just sort of like finesse the tracks a little bit, make them sound a bit better, a bit more polished. So yeah, he remixed and remastered it, and we put that out early this month on what are the vinyl variants, a few different
Just a lovely purple.
Oh, it's just
a lovely purple. Fabulous. Well, I should imagine in the last I know in the last 10 years technology's come a long way as well, as far as studio is concerned and that kind of stuff. And a large element with your band is the electronic elements and stuff like that. So did that dictate the remix as well? Like the fact that technology's got better?
Potentially, yeah. I don't know. I mean, I guess like Jamie's his sort of like the software that he works with and stuff, he's probably upgraded over the course of 10 years. So
Sure.
yeah, I'm sure that factored into him being able to do like a slightly more polished job on the remix.
Absolutely. Your style's been described somewhat wrongly, I thought, but it said Mogwai with a predilection for French cinema. Would you agree with that?
That was like a quote that we got early on.
Yeah.
I think it was just people picking up on the fact that it was like instrumental music, and then we used the film samples sort of mixed in with that. So I get where they're coming from with that. I'm not sure that's wholly accurate of everything we've ever done. Or anything potentially, but it sounds interesting.
Well, there's certainly a cinematic feel I find when I listen to your music. It's definitely wide, and widescreen, I would say. I mean, is it because it is in its nature obviously instrumental? You have to make a lot more dynamic movements in it as well. Do you think that dictates the cinematic feel of it?
Yeah, I think we've always wanted to make instrumental music which is like interesting, and like you say, the dynamic elements of it are important. But because I mean, when we first started doing it, we were like kind of into a lot of film stuff, and using like elements from film monologues and stuff just felt like a sort of natural thing for us, because it was like something that we were interested in. We were watching a bunch of films together when we were studying at uni together, and so that just sort of naturally seeped into the music we were making. So it was just kind of use the word organic, but it was just like a natural thing that's just how the music started coming out.
Cool. So have you done any work up with any films or anything like that? Have you been approached to do anything like that? Because I would have thought you'd be a shoe-in.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that we've always sort of been sort of semi-vocal about, like the fact that we'd like to do it. We've not been approached about anything as of yet, but it's something that I think we would, the music would lend itself well to that, and I think it'd be something fun and different for us to get into. So yeah, you never know.
Yeah, well, if you need someone, hit them up. Bring your wallet. The nature of your music being instrumental, obviously without lyrics, you do have to, do a lot more with it. And I've noticed through the space of like a 6-minute song, you take more twists and turns than the usual verse, chorus sort of song would take. Do you think that means that you're a different type of songwriter, in that you think more linear than, verse, chorus?
I think, personally speaking, it's about trying to sort of create like a journey for the listener.
Sure,
You're not thinking in terms of your traditional sort of like, oh, yeah, the verse and the chorus kicks in. It's like, it's more about, just trying to take you on a bit of a sort of a journey, essentially. Just
peaks
like,
and valleys.
Yeah, exactly. Just like ups and downs, kind of obviously like crescendos and climaxes are quite sort of key to the music we make. So we're always just thinking in terms of keeping it interesting. One thing that I think maybe separates us from other bands who do similar things is that we're quite impatient. Like we don't really like to take that long with the build-ups and stuff, because we've always sort of kept it quite poppy in the sense that the majority of our tracks are like between 3 and 4 minutes long.
Yeah.
So we keep it sort of short and snappy and just get to the point. But within that, you're creating peaks and troughs.
Yeah.
You're moving things in and out, introducing new elements and stuff.
Yeah.
But we just stuff that keeps us interested, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. What made you be an instrumental band as opposed to getting a singer or whatever? Did you have a singer at first, or did you did you set out to be instrumental?
I think we kind of discovered a bunch of instrumental music
Yeah.
around the time that we were forming the band, and
Of course, because you formed about 2005, didn't you?
that is right.
Yeah.
It's just like knowing that was a possibility, that you didn't necessarily have to have a singer to be in a band. Was kind of a revelatory thing, having.
Yeah.
It's quite liberating, isn't it? Because when it's just the two of us, like neither of us was going to sing because it's not our thing. So when we were writing music together, it's just like, well, this is it. This is like, that's the music.
Well, I think around about the same time you guys came about, I was getting into 65 Days Static around about that time period when you first came out, and also Sleep Makes Waves, of course, came out around about the same time. So it was becoming a thing, wasn't it? The instrumental post-rock band was becoming a movement. Really.
There's definitely a sort of scene for it at that time.
Yeah. So if you came to go around about that time, did you reap the rewards of the MySpace era at all? This is something that came up with my chat with Sleep Makes Waves.
Yeah, I think we definitely did.
More so Last FM, I would say.
Oh, Last
FM,
FM,
as a like online platform, that was really the kind of tinderbox for finding a lot of fans for the band. It was Last FM rather than Maybeshewill, but we were on MySpace.
Yeah.
Last FM rather than Maybeshewill. Last FM rather than MySpace.
Yeah. I mean, we would do. I was getting misty-eyed about what a wonderful time that was. When you could have your own player, and you had your own free speech, and you could do what you wanted.
Yeah, it's a platform that's not really been replicated since in a way. I mean, I guess you can do a lot of the stuff that you did with MySpace, but there was something about the sort of I think the top 8 friends thing was like a key thing. The fact that you could basically curate a sort of little suggested artist thing.
Exactly,
it's like, if you like what we do, these are our mates, check them out. And so it sort of fosters a bit of a scene, a bit of a community kind of aspect to it.
It was all such a great idea, and you wanted Facebook. I don't know. Anyway, right. So you are on Foodinati, and part of what we do here on Foodinati is food things. And this time, it's the first time we brought out this. This is my new thing. This is called the War Chest. And inside the War Chest are hot sauces, of course. And we brought out some hot sauces in varying degrees of heat. Now, I was going to say, do you have to sing later? But you don't. But I've got 2 that are mild and interesting. And I've got one that's wacky. But I'll leave the wacky one in there if you want. Or do you like stronger hot sauce?
I mean, I do like hot sauces, so I'm interested in the wacky one. Okay,
we'll bring that out. It's got a really dodgy title, which I'm going to save for last. Right, first up. Right, since we have a progressive rock band here, well, progressive, experimental, we're going to start off on experimental progressive sauce. This is made for Dinner Celestial Birds by me. It's on tour with them at the moment. It'll be available all summer at festivals and that. So, would you like to try this? Dinner Celestial Burn.
Thanks.
Would you like to try?
I'm going to let Robin do it.
Right.
How much is it? How much are we talking? Just
a dab?
A little dab.
It's whatever suits you. I'll do it with you. I know what this tastes like because I made it. So the idea with this,
That's the heat.
Not intolerable.
it's Szechuan peppers, red bird's eye peppers, and hence Dinner Celestial Birds. See, we got their name and worked backwards. It's got star anise in it for celestial, and bird's eye peppers for birds.
Nice.
And you do that, you have to go oriental. So there you go. That was the first one.
That's good. Yeah.
We'll do marks at the end. Right. This is brand new. Now I thought this was an amazing idea. No one's ever done this before, to my knowledge. And this is a refried bean sauce. Meant to be like a Mexican kind of black bean kind of vibe.
Is this another one of yours, or is this a...
No, this is by the Coleman from Manchester. And yeah, we've been threatening to interview these guys for a while. So if you'd like to pick yourself a chip, I'll have a dab. Oh, this is going to be one of these, isn't it?
I'll have to give it a bang.
one.
Yep.
Ooh.
Go on, go on. That'll do for me. Let's just... There we go. That should work for you now.
Cool.
There we go. But this was a really interesting idea because I've seen all kinds of sauces being made, and yeah, it's the first time I've seen refried beans mentioned. It makes a lot of sense. So. Right,
It's good you get the bean taste almost immediately.
you get the beans right up front, don't you?
Yeah,
There's
that's
piquante on it. I'm not sure how piquante it is. It is a little bit actually. There's a bit at the end there, isn't there? Right, now, it's the silly one. I've got to talk about this one. Right, so the lovely people at Balefire, who we love so much, they had a sauce out, which was their version of brown sauce, table sauce, which was called Who's Your Daddy, in reference to Daddy's sauce. Well, they brought out a spicy version. I don't want to talk about it on camera, but it's called Harder Daddy. Which is just straight up embarrassing, to be honest. But there we go. This has Carolina Reapers in it,
Let me know.
with dates, and there is some black treacle stout in here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm alright, I reckon,
Yeah.
Ooh,
based on that.
Quite nice though, isn't
that's
it?
good, man.
It's tasty.
That is very nice.
Exotic spices. It doesn't say which. Tamarind, you're getting that, you know. Definitely. I've got to get ready for this because I'm going to be tasting for the Great Taste Awards in a few weeks' time. Hot sauces all day, so I should get used to this by now.
Nice.
But yeah, so if we're going to mark these out of 10, we'll start from here. So what are we going to say with this one?
Well, I feel like I
Forget-
rate you
no,
quite
no, no,
highly
no.
because it's you. But they were all really nice. This one I'm going to give an 8, a solid 8.
Say that.
The beans was interesting.
It's a bit different, isn't it? I've not seen that before.
Yeah. For innovation, let's give it a 9.
Yeah. And
This
Harder
one,
Daddy.
the heat level is significantly higher. Let's go for a 9 with that one.
Yeah, I like this because it is a Madman sauce, but it's tasty with it, and it's really imaginative. So all three I think got imagination, and I think this year in hot sauces you're going to see people just like messing with the formula more. So on that note, thank you very much for joining us here on Foodinati UK, and have a wicked gig later on.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
And yeah, and how many more dates of the tour? Not many, I should imagine.
Just the one after tonight.
Just the one after
yeah,
tonight?
Just in London.
Brilliant. And will we be seeing you at any festivals at all this summer, or just as punters?
If you're coming to Spain potentially.
Oh, Spain, lovely.
Spain and Romania.
Romania.
Yeah.
I'll miss that one. Okay, well, thank you very, very much for being with us here today.
Cheers.
Have a great gig.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.